wake you up this morning? Did he protect you on your way here? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory be to God. You may be seated. You may be seated. Thank you so much. But I want to talk to us today a little bit. And bear with me if I might be lengthy. I trust I won't. I want to talk to us, and I trust that I will help somebody today. Amen. If it's even one. Amen. And I've talked just about conspiracy. How do we handle, how do we position ourselves? How do we prepare ourselves? I heard Sister Erica pray against my own bloodline conspiracy. Yeah. Now I can tell you, you prayed. Yeah. Amen. Y'all prayed, but she was up into the prophetic. Amen. Amen. And she began to pray against bloodline conspiracy. Now, don't you know I was interceding for them this morning? Don't you know I've been interceding for them on yesterday like it's nobody's business? God have a way to confirm that what we're doing, he is really watching. He's really listening. Come on, somebody, hear me. Hallelujah. And so today, I want to talk to us out of Esther, the book of Esther, the queen. I want to talk to us about conspiracy. How do you prepare yourself when you know that somebody is conspiring against you? How do you handle it? Why do they conspire? What's the cause? Where do they conspire? With who do they conspire against you? And how we can go about protecting ourselves. How do we do it? But I want to show you something. And you know we wrestle not against flesh and blood, right? Amen. But high powers, dark powers, principalities and powers in high places. Yes. A year ago, I'm going to show you a diagram. 1 year ago, my son had a car wreck. I never put it on Facebook. Let me show this. One year ago, he had a wreck. This wreck took place while he was coming to get me at the airport. He had a wreck. While I was in the state, not this state, out of town in another state, the Lord allowed me to prepare myself for this. The Lord spoke. On my way, he drove me to the airport for me to depart from here to the state where I was headed. I said, son, I need you to go home. He said, Mama, something's going on in the atmosphere. I said, when you drop me off, I need you to go right home, because there is a secret enemy in the dark heavens seeking to kill. And I prepare myself in much prayer. When I landed here at the airport, he called. He says, Mom, I'm here. This time I'm sitting in the plane. By the time I get out, I didn't see my son. I waited long, I didn't see my son. I waited, I didn't see my son. Lo and behold, I saw my spiritual daughter showed up. And she said, you need to get in the shuttle. I said, where is my son? Just come on, Chief. I said, where is my son? Come on, Chief. I said, where is my son? And she said, oh, just come on, Chief. I said, where is my son? Don't tell me he is dead, for he is not dead. But where is my son? She began to explain in the split minute. But what I did, I prepare myself for the battle. I prepare myself for the conspiracy of the heavens, of the dark heavens that was working against my son's life, that was already working on my father, who was Fayetteville, that wanted to kill me, because you see, they came in, they ravished my daddy, they came in, they took a hold of him, took a myself. I positioned myself.
Hallelujah.
I told my son, listen, there is a principality. There is a dark power working against your life. Go home. And I prepared myself while I was visiting my daddy. It was this time last year when all hell broke loose against me. It was this time last year when they doped my daddy up with drugs, when they doped him up with medication, when they conspired with my own father to curse me, to tell me the things that I never thought would have come out of his mouth. It was this time. Think about your daddy that you love, your father that you cherish, curse you. And then came accident and family acting funny and everybody rejecting you. Look at me today. I look like a rose. Come on, somebody. I prepare myself for love. Look at me today. I'm 10 years younger. Look at me today. I'm 10 years stronger. Y'all better praise God with me. I prepared myself in much prayer, fasting, and love. Y'all better praise him up in this place. Let me show you something. And listen, the people who are conspiring against you is the people you rub shoulder with. It's the people that's in your court. And the Lord has allowed me to prepare myself. Now Esther chapter 2. I want to look at it and I'm going to show you some preparation we could put it together and put it in contingency with I think it's 2 Chronicles chapter 20 when Jehoshaphat began to call for prayer and the Lord said the battle is his. Position yourself for the battle is the Lord. It's not, listen, when we position ourselves in preparation, it doesn't matter the conspiracy that's going on against your life, you shall have the victory.
Hallelujah.
I heard my chief bearer pray today and she said, Chief Apostle shall forever be victorious.
Yes,
you know she done spoken the prophetic. Somebody better praise him up in here. Hallelujah to the Lamb of God. Forever. Now I want you to understand that Esther, now look at chapter 2. Esther becomes a queen. But when Esther becomes a queen, there was a process in order for her to have become. Michelle Obama wrote the book, Becoming. And she tells her story on her becoming and how she ended up where she ended up, all right? Now, Esther becomes a queen because she was chosen for such a time as that thing, amen? And in the process, preparation had to be made.
Yes, Lord.
And I want to read this quickly. Verse 4 of Esther chapter 2. It says, then let the young woman who pleases the king be queen instead of Vashti. Why would it be instead of Vashti? Vashti is pretty, but there was something about her that made the queen, made the king angry. There was something about her that caused her not to be the one to inherit the promise, not to be the one to inherit the crown. And so the king make a request, and it goes on. And we drop down to verse 7. And Mordecai had brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother. She had neither father nor mother. Some of you in here have had mother and father, but was not mothered.
My God.
You have had mother, but you weren't mothered. You have had father, but you were never fathered. And so God set you up in a position to bring you into my life so that hallelujah, somebody, to bring you into my life so that I can mother you, so that I can father you, so that I can teach you and allow you to become prepared so you can position yourself to wear your crown.
My God, hallelujah.
Hallelujah, somebody. And so she became an orphan. And her Mordecai took her. And I'm going to read for you. The young woman was lovely and beautiful. When her father and mother died, Mordecai took her as his own daughter. So it was when the king command and decree were heard, and when many young women were gathered at Shushan, the citadel under the custody of Hegai, that Esther also was taken to the king's palace, into the care of Hegai, the custodian of the women. Now the young woman pleased him, and she obtained his favor. She obtained his favor. Now after she obtained his favor, something happened. What happened, Chief? Tell us. Let me share it with you. Verse 10. Esther had not revealed her people or family, for Mordecai had charged her not to reveal it. So Mordecai is helping his daughter. Amen. This is now his daughter, and preparing her to reign as queen, preparing her for such a time that is coming. She was obedient, and because she was obedient, she was well prepared. And it goes down in verse 12. Each young woman came to go into the king Ahasuerus after she had completed 12 months preparation. Number 12, you need, when you finish, when you hear 12, when your child reaches 12 and you don't see any hope, you don't see no green pasture, you got to pray. If the child reaches 12 and you don't know what's going on with the child, something is wrong. If you got a son and he's not acting right, something is wrong at age 12. For 12 means governance, divine completion, governance and order. And here it says each young woman came to go into the king Ahasuerus after she had completed 12 months. Preparation. Somebody say preparation. Preparation. Y'all ain't saying preparation. All right. And he said, okay. Hear this now. They have to do the preparation according to the regulations for the women. For thus were the days of their preparation, apportioned 6 months with oil of myrrh. What is oil of myrrh? What does that represent, Chief? Can you explain that to us? Now, they were in preparation. They were setting themselves. Listen, these women were in preparation to position themselves to see the king. 6 months with oil of myrrh. I come to find out that oil of myrrh is a bitter oil. It's an oil that brings healing. It's an oil that moves scars off the skin. It's the oil that beautifies the skin. It's the oil that eliminates bad odor. It's the oil that keeps you looking fresh. It's the oil that brings healing to the digestive system. It's the oil that's good for the body. It's the oil that's good for the organ. It's a healing oil.
Amen. Hallelujah.
And so, evidently, in my speculation, Esther must have had some scars, some blotches, some black spots, some old wounds, because now she's now being mothered and fathered by a man. Like some of you being mother and father spiritual by a woman.
Amen.
And so, the 6 here, the 6 days, listen, this number 6 is so creational because on the 6th day, the Lord made mankind. He created us. So 6 months. Then she had to use the oil of myrrh. The oil that's going to make her skin tight and not saggy. The oil that's going to reverse age. The oil that tightens wherever it's loose. The oil that can move old scar. I call that the anointing. I call that the anointing. Let me say that again. I call that the anointing. I call that the anointing. I call it the anointing because it's referred to when Jesus was on the cross. They gave him that bitterness. Are you with me? I call that the anointing to bring healing. Jesus dealt with myrrh while he was on the cross. 6 months. They're using this to create, to prepare, to position this beautiful pitiful mother and fatherless girl, the orphaned, the now daughter of Mordecai. 6 months, and then 6 months with perfumes and preparations. Did you know your body odor can be a blessing to you? Did you know your skin can be a blessing to you? Did you know the way you smell can turn away people from you? Did you know your smell don't have to be a literal scent? Your smell is your behavior, your persona, your walk, your attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. Can I get real up in here? Did you know? Did you know? And so she was in preparation and being positioned with oil, perfumes, to smell good. But when she gets in front of the king, you're like, whew. Her smile is intriguing. Her scent is intriguing. Her persona is intriguing. She is fresh. Her skin is flawless. What beauty.
Hallelujah.
For beautifying women. So they were positioning themselves right there so they could be beautiful. Thus, prepared each young woman went to the king, and she was given whatever she desired to take with her from the women's quarters to the king's palace. In the evening she went, and in the morning she returned to the second house of the women, to the custody of Shazaz, the king's eunuch, who kept the concubines. She would not go in to the king again unless the king delighted in her and called for her by her name. She was chaste. She was wise. She was humble. She was patient. She was decent. Come on, somebody. Did you hear me? She smelled good. She looked good. And she took the instruction.
My God.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
She took the instruction of Mordecai. Question: how many of us are taking instructions so that we can be prepared to become positioned to receive the promise? How many of us are taking instructions to obey our orders that are given to us so we can receive the promise? I'm only speaking rhetorically. And it goes over. And we come to realize, I believe that some of you are here. Some of you who are here, God has ordained you many years ago to protect me. He has ordained you, and because I prepared myself, I took care of my spirit, soul, body, and mind in much prayer, smelling good, and stay anointed, so that I can help to deliver you all today and have your homage. Somebody praise him up in here. Hallelujah. I have your homage. There's so many are committed. There's so many are jealous of. There's so many think you all are worshiping me. There's so many think you all are worshiping me, not knowing I have earned it.
Hallelujah.
Because for 6 months I stayed and oiled myself down. For 6 months I put the Holy Ghost perfume on. Hallelujah. So I can be honored by my people. Come on, somebody. Glory to God. And so many are jealous. So many want some of you for themselves. But they did not even put some there on. They stink. Huh? Their behavior stink. Their spirits stink. But yet they want what I have been preparing for, and God has blessed me with. Come on, somebody. Y'all better praise him up in this place.
Hallelujah.
And in the process, a conspiracy came about. A conspiracy came about because Mordecai is now committed. Because Esther is now committed. Did you know we have some people conspiring against us? Did you know the Apostolic House of Miracle have some people that's conspiring against us, have conspired against us, still trying to conspire, but the more they conspire, it's the more we aspire to be inspired by the Holy Ghost. Y'all better praise him up in this place. The more they conspire, is the higher we get, is the better we get, and it's the more the glory of God is revealed in our lives. They conspire.
Hallelujah.
They conspire and think they can play with this doll. Think they can play with me. I'm a wimp. They conspire. What can we do to take her down? The Holy Ghost has shown me 2 years, 3 years ago, all the discussion around the round table. And somebody said, mash it up to the right. Mash it up. We forever pray, mash it up. We forever plead the blood. We forever plead the blood of Jesus. We forever pour out the oil. We forever pour out the anointing. Always have a praise in church. We forever will stay in the will of God. We forever will praise Him. We forever will trust Him.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, Jesus.
So let's set up
My
a
God.
man called Ammon. You know what Ammon means? An agitator. An agitator. You're doing good. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know where you've been. They don't know. Because you're slack. You're sweet. And they take your sweetness for weakness. And they know what you've been through. They know the struggles and the pain and the hurt that your own family do to you, that your own daddy do to you, that your own sister do to you, that your own husband do to you. But you never change.
My God. Wow. Yes, Lord.
They don't know that was some oil of myrrh.
Yes.
The bitterness that bringing you a sweet scent, that bringing you healing in the process. Myrrh is bitter. Hello, somebody. The bitterness that they threw on you, it make you better. It didn't make you bitter. It make you better. Somebody better praise Him up in there.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So now, Ammon, the agitator. Somebody say, agitate.
Agitator.
Stop agitating me.
Stop agitating.
Somebody war against agitating spirit.
Hallelujah.
You have a warrior?
Hallelujah.
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 You have a warrior.
Hallelujah.
Huh?
Hallelujah.
Huh?
Hallelujah.
War. The agitator, Ammon. The conspiracy against the Jews. Yeah. Thank you, Elder. Ammon means the agitator. So watch this now. Esther is chosen. Mordecai is pushing her. Mordecai is at the gate. Esther is elected to go in to the king. But there is Ammon. There is Ammon, an agitator, full of conspiracy. Let me read for you. It read, after these things, Esther 3, after these things, King Ahasuerus promoted Ammon. You see, some people cannot be promoted because when they come wicked, or the wickedness in them is also promoted. But that's all right. But in the process, if God is for you, if God is for you in the process, it don't matter what Ammon come up against. It don't matter what they do to you. You're going to win.
Hallelujah.
All right, let me read for you in verse 4 of Esther chapter 3. Now it happened when the king's command. Now it happened when they spoke to him daily and he would not listen to them, that they told it to Ammon, this is Mordecai, to see whether Mordecai's words would stand. For Mordecai had told them that he was a Jew. Mordecai told them he was a Jew. When Ammon saw that Mordecai did not bow or pay him homage, did not bow or honor him, did not bow or honor him, Ammon was filled with wrath. Ammon was filled with wrath. I have been there where I've been in places with pastors and bishops, and when God honored me in their face, many were filled with wrath. I understand exactly what took place here. But he disdained to lay hands on Mordecai alone. they disdained to lay hands on the chief apostle Arlene Williams alone. Let me say it again. They disdained to struck down the chief apostle Arlene Williams alone. So that's why they came to my father. First, if your own biological father can come against you and curse you to tear you down, come on somebody, because of the conspiracy of your own inner circle, the conspiracy of your own lineage, because of jealousy, because you're known to be the queen, you're known to be the Antichrist daughter, you're known to be the Joseph, you're known to be one of. Say, I'm going to conspire. I'm going to agitate. I'm going to do everything to let you step out of your integrity. They did that, but they never get what they were looking for, so they proceed. Let's read. So they said, who were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, the people of Mordecai. I'm going to jump down to verse 8. Then Ammon said to King Ahasuerus, there are certain people scattered and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of your kingdom. Their laws are different from all other people, and they do not keep the king's laws. We are unique. Amen. You think we're very loved? The Lord gave me a word straight from my prayer room yesterday. And after I came forth with the word, telling the people repent and turn from their wicked ways, I was attacked. I put a status behind that and said, well, thank God I intimidate you. I bless you. Nobody came behind that because I'm showing them I'm not afraid of you being intimidated by the word of the living God. It shows that God has spoken and it aggravates you. And hopefully you will be saved. So watch this. Ammon said to the king Ahasuerus, there are certain people scattered and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of your kingdom. Their laws are different from all other peoples, and they do not keep the king's laws. Therefore, it is not fit. It is not fitting for the king to let them remain. It's not fitting for us to be here. It's not fitting. We're odd. The apostolic house of miracle is odd. The chief apostle, they called me yesterday, I'm self-righteous. Oh, why did you share that video? Why? Oh, I'm going to share it because, listen, the body of Christ need to know what's going on. We share everything else. We share cops beating. We share cops stealing. We share black men killing black men. We share white men killing black men. And all these different things. We share raping. We share murder. We share the court. We share the judges. We share it. Why can't we share what's going on in the body of Christ that is not of God? It's not of righteousness. Somebody got to expose the mess. Somebody got to bring it to the forefront. Bring it to the forefront. Bring it to the forefront. My God. Yes. And the chief apostle John used to do that. Amen. I'll bring my own mess to your face. Amen. True. I'll tell my own story. Yeah. I throw my dirty clothes in y'all face. I share my own testimony. Why can't I share the man with his dirty self playing church? Don't play church. And then they say he's speaking in tongues or another tongue. Well, I'm here to tell you the chief apostle will expose my mess, your mess, every other mess. Somebody better praise him. Hallelujah. 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 Some people say, oh, I feel bad to send it to you. Listen, everybody know what that is. Some people you don't want to see them behind the doors. They're acting like they're some saint. Like it ain't nothing. Everybody know. Listen, y'all. Some of you, if y'all ever know what God showed me, when I have a whole body experience, I've been at your house. Oh God, y'all better be grateful that God is a merciful God. He's the everlasting Father, and He's the Prince of Peace. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Who shall bring a charge against God's elect? The Apostle Paul, he wrote letters, he correct, he rebuked, he suffered, and the more he suffered, was the more he speak the word, was the more he exposed, was the more he correct, and was the more he rebuked. I say, I will work for my kingdom, my God. And it goes on. So the king took his signet ring, verse 10, from his hand and gave it to Haman the agitator, the wicked one, the agitator, the agitator, the one that's seeking to destroy the Jews. But let me go down further and read portion of verse 10. The enemy of the Jews and the king said to Haman, the money and the people are given to you to do with them as seems good to you. So it's always a payoff. It's always a payoff. They paid the Philistine to destroy Samson. Conspiracy with Delilah. And here comes Haman, the agitator, setting up, and then the king somewhat compromisingly agreed. And it's just kind of in a very sly way trying to get himself out of it. Somebody said, but God. But God. Watch this now, verse 13. And the letters were sent by the couriers into all the king provinces. Because now letters are sent out. Letters. Who remember a letter that was sent out on me? A certain man had liked me, a politician, had liked me. And it was supposed to have been a relationship with him. And hopefully we were supposed to have gotten together. But they were jealous. And they sent in a letter and fabricated so many lies. You know what I did? When he told me, I said, God, thank you for my deliverance. He ain't the man.
Amen.
I didn't feel bad. I just said, God, thank you for my deliverance. Because if he believe it or he don't believe it, I don't care. That was my way out.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And hallelujah, glory be to God. I was out. Because the process in that one, God knows I probably would have died in that one. So they sent out letters, this agitator, and the letters were sent by couriers into all the king's provinces to destroy and to kill and to annihilate all the Jews, both young and old, little children and women, in one day. On the 13th, the number 13, rebelliousness and wickedness, the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month of Adar, and to plunder their possessions. A copy of the document was to be issued as law in every province, being published for all people, that they should be ready for that day. That they should be ready. So now, here the preparation. Here is the preparation, and we're going to move on from there. Now, what kind of preparation is this? Well, only to find out, Esther, she says, oh, well, we got to pray. We got to do something about this. And she and Mordecai came in agreement, and she prepared herself. She said, well, tell everybody, no food, no water, night and day for 3 days. And if I perish, I perish. But I'm going to do what I'm not supposed to do. I'm going to see the king. I know I have favor with the king. And God, glory be to God, she did that. They come together in preparation. They fasted. They prayed. They fasted. They prayed. And they had the victory. I need somebody to stand up in here and shout glory to God. For victory is ours. Victory is ours. Prayer, fasting, sackcloth. Matter of fact, Mordecai went in sackcloth. She heard. She sent clothes and she sent help. But when she get to understand what was going on, she said, I'm with this. Have you ever experienced and seen God move through prayer? Let's take her fasting. Anybody in here? Do I have one? Do I have two? Do I have three? Do I have four? I need you to Sit down, let me close out with you. The conspiracy is high. It was bad last year. It was rough. It was. But who remember I called for 3 prayer walks? You remember? Many of you were online with me. 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 3 p.m., and 9 p.m. Didn't we pray? Didn't we fast? Didn't we pray? Didn't we fast? And the very situation turned around, and the enemy hung themselves. Y'all better praise God up in here. The enemy hung themselves, and God allowed them to be disgraced. And we should have a praise in church. As I sit yesterday in my prayer room and reminisce, this is the season when my father died. I go back and I reminisce, examining myself. Jesus. I go back and I say, Lord, I need to see if I did anything wrong in the process. I want you to show me. Because, Lord, I've applied your word. I did exactly what you told me to do. But I'm not too bad and I'm not too good to not examine myself and see if I failed anywhere. I heard the Lord say, I'm pleased with you, daughter. You have not failed. You have run well. Hallelujah, somebody. I need you to praise God with me. You have run well. I will forever bless you. I will forever preserve you. I will forever prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemy.
Hallelujah.
So early this year, I talked to the Lord and I said, Lord, if I did something wrong, anything, God, that I did wrong in my walk of 2018, I'm asking you never to let me have a viral video. Don't let me have one viral video. But if you are pleased with me, I need a sign. Like the king needed, he showed his signet ring for a sign. I said, I need a sign. I need, God, I don't have a viral video that just go viral in a day. So I need a sign. I need one video that will go viral in a day. He didn't give me one. He gave me 3. He gave me 4. And I'm going to praise him up in here. He said, I am pleased with you. You run well. You are doing well. Heaven rejoice. I wish I have a praise in church.
Hallelujah.
What caused that? You may be seated. What caused that? You see, Esther, that's all I know. She called a fast. Mordecai started in sackcloth. Sackcloth is shame. I had shame. Sackcloth means shame. Shame and prayer. You're ashamed, but you're still praying. You're ashamed, but you're still preaching. You're ashamed, but you're still singing. Your life is ashamed, but you're still pressing. You're ashamed, there's shame, but you're still pressing your way. You're still preaching. You're still praying.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
He said,
Hallelujah.
I'm ashamed. And his daughter, Esther, who we take for his daughter, she stood with him.
Amen.
One shall chase 1,000, but 2 shall put 10,000 to flight. Come on, somebody, do you hear me? And it wasn't only just him and Esther. God was in the middle. I always had a praise in church. God himself was in the middle. Do you have a middleman? I have a middleman. His name is Jesus. His name is Jesus. Hallelujah, somebody. Do you have a middleman? His way is the perfect way.
Hallelujah.
Day 1 is when you can face embarrassment, but you still pray, fast, trust God, sing, and look into the enemy eyes and sing and act like nothing happened and do what God commanded you to do? Don't you know you are more than a conqueror? Don't you know I wish I have a praise and church?
Hallelujah.
And Esther said, if I perish, I perish. I've been there. I've been in places. Last year, this time, my son had a wreck. The car was written off. Not one broken finger.
Hallelujah.
Not one broken bone.
Hallelujah.
Y'all better praise him up in here. And the Holy Spirit said, you don't even need to put that on Facebook. You can tell it next year. Y'all don't hear me. I obeyed the order. And today my son is blessed. His car is restored. Hallelujah, somebody. Yeah, you better praise him up in here. He made a way and replaced the car.
Glory to
Hallelujah.
When you pray, God will have his way.
Yes, Lord.
The enemy came in like a flood and started in my own family. So see if they could bust my integrity. You know, that's a test for you to fail. When you go to look for your father on Father's Day, you drive miles up and miles on Father's Day to bless your father. But a strange man walk into the very place that you bought your mama and your father and begin to treat you like you were a criminal. Begin to speak in tongues. Begin to tell you to be holy. When he was an unrighteous man. When he was a liar. And he took my arm up here and tell him, there's back up, back up. And the Holy Ghost anoint me to tell him, you need to get out. You need to get out of this house. It's my money that purchased this. You are in error. You are not of God. You are sent by Satan. I command you to go in the most humble way. But yet, it is said that the chief apostle was rebuked. Somebody has blasphemed. The chief apostle who went to look for her father, that drove 14 miles, 14 hours to see her dad, to bless him, to honor him. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. A man was sent and set up to come into the very house to curse me spiritually. Conspiracy, the spirit of Haman. And I was in agreement with the prayer. I thought my daddy would be alive today because he prayed like he was God. He prayed like ain't nobody can pray like him. I thought so. But God wouldn't save my daddy's life because too much witchcraft. Too much. You see, Jesus couldn't perform the healing because too much witchcraft was in Nazareth. Too many doubters. Too many doubters. Jesus had to leave Nazareth.
Wow.
So who am I not to leave my own people? They doubt. They want to doubt. But I'm going to do what God called me to do and stand in confidence and in the Holy Ghost. My father,
Hallelujah.
he was played in his head. He's older guy. And they're ready to bury him the minute they diagnosed him with cancer. I said, you don't have no cancer. On the death certificate, they said he had cancer of the stomach. My dad was not dead with cancer of the stomach. I said, Daddy, it's a lie. You have no cancer of the stomach. It's something to do with his lungs. But you go to see your father. And your father was against you. Your sisters was against you. A visitor who think he was against you. All you had was the armor bearer you had with you. That's why I don't go nowhere alone. Hello, somebody. All I had was the angels God gave me to keep me because I dashed my foot against a stone and God anointed her with power, with authority, with dignity.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
You better not even touch her unless you're going down on the concrete.
Yeah.
And I stood there in the voice of God and pointed him.
Hallelujah.
He said, you got to go. You're not of God. I was agreeing with you. I was praying with you. It's prayer. This is my daddy. Telling him in tongues. This is my daddy. You don't know who I am? I am God's anointed Jesus. You have no clue. If you had the Holy Spirit, you would know just who I am. And I never stopped on the Holy Spirit marching straight out. My daddy run behind him. A few days later, my poor father was apologizing. He was repenting because I said, Daddy, death will take you for sure. But I love you anyway. I've forgiven you. And my father died honoring me. My father died giving me the homage. My father died calling me his chief. My father died calling me his priest daughter. Y'all better praise him up in here.
Hallelujah.
Why? Because we called and fast. Any of you in here who fasted and prayed with me, can I get your best praise to heaven? Don't praise for me. Praise God. I need you to praise God. Because you didn't have to pray with me. You didn't have to pray with me. You didn't have to fast with me. You didn't have to. Yes. Thank you so much. In my conclusion, I have a little demonstration. But because we did not position ourselves for this location properly, my demonstration may not come out the way I wanted to. I purposely did not call anyone to prepare them. I told my son, I want to see where my people are so I can know where I need to work, where I need to develop, to do some more development and cultivate where they need more help to become better stewards and better ministers in the body of Christ. So if you constantly help your child, you're not going to know where your child is at. So I purposely did not do that. But I want to say the premise of that before I start the demonstration. I want to say this. We had an issue 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And I like what Esther and Mordecai did. They didn't jump the wagon quick. They did not. They planned. They prepared themselves. They positioned themselves. The Bible says, be slow to wrath. We had a situation, and I couldn't understand why I couldn't find the time to get to the meeting before we get to the meeting. I was very busy. I heard the Spirit of the Lord say, you cannot go to the meeting, but only these 2 dates that I have given you, these are the dates that you're going to go to the meeting. Hello, somebody. 14 symbolized deliverance, and 24 is the priesthood number. So these are the numbers and the dates that I want you to work with. I said, okay, God, and I could not, even though I wanted to, even though the man was pressing to have the meeting before, the Lord said, tell him, okay. Tell him, okay. Whatever he said, just say, okay. Just say, okay. Nothing behind it, okay. 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 I like what Esther and Mordecai did. They took their time. They did not use no dirty words. They did not throw no chasms. No, they used the greatest weapon. The greatest weapon is what we use, prayer and fasting. Do I have some warriors in here? Do I have some prayer warriors in here? I always have a praise in church. Hallelujah. Let me share this with you. So now, I'm going to be in preparation for something. We stayed in preparation because we foreknew the enemy just didn't want to kill my father. The enemy wanted to kill my son and myself. So we do what we're supposed to do, and we're still doing what we're supposed to do. We live in prayer. We If you're in preparation in the kitchen, I don't know what you do, but I need some sanitizer because first thing I do, I wash my hands.
Amen.
I don't go to my prayer room. If I do number 2, I don't go to my prayer room. I take a bath. Because I'm going into the holiest of holies. I don't. So, okay. So I'm washing my hands. Because now I'm in preparation to do something. I wanted a few of you to sip hot chocolate with me. Unfortunately, we were not very prepared for this room. So, okay, the preparation to have tea or hot chocolate, you need some things. So you need your cups. I got the teapot, the spoon. Now, I want my hot chocolate with something sweet. Y'all pray for me, please. And so, they prepared, Esther prepared to become queen. 6 months with the oil of myrrh and perfumes, right? So we're preparing to go in the kitchen. We're preparing to pray. Whatever it is, there's a time and a season for everything. Amen. So I'm preparing. And if y'all know me, I don't work without gloves. Some people cannot wear gloves, and that's quite okay. But me, Chief, can. Question, why do you wear gloves, Chief? To protect my hands? We will get old, but it will not make your fingers get so old that quick. So, this is the knife, right? If we're not holding the knife in the right position or prepared to use the knife rightly, then the knife can cut us. Mm-hmm. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. There's no way you can hold the knife by the blade. The knife must be held by the handle. So, we're preparing to be in the kitchen, right? Yeah. I don't know if you wear an apron, but I love to cook pretty. I do. So if I have to walk to my front door and the bell ring, I look appropriate, okay? I love to look pretty. I look pretty in my prayer room too. Amen. I put my prayer shawl, I make it in a turban, put on something decent. Maybe no jewelry, but I make sure I'm showered. I am preparing myself to go into the holies of holies. So there are some things that I have to do. I'm preparing myself to come against the Confederates and the conspiracy against my life, against your life, against my children's life, against everything around me. So I have to prepare. Esther prepared. So you want to look pretty. Let me move this. You want to look pretty cooking. And you never know if your husband would like to see you pretty. Amen. Cooking. Maybe it'll be okay any way you are, but put a little spark in it. Amen. Put a little spark. Always don't let him get too, okay, he's going to love you anyway, but spark your life. Just the same way. Pray more. Seek after God more. Seek His face more. Trust Him more. Hallelujah. Believe Him more. Hallelujah. And you will even go for it. People will wonder, why are you still prospering? I'm praying against you, but it seems like you're still getting blessed. I'm doing everything to stop you. I'm agitating you, but you're still going forward. Why? Because you're staying in the presence of God. Hallelujah. Am I helping anybody? Yeah. All right, so now you're preparing to make your hot chocolate. What is missing on the table? Hot water. Okay. What is missing on this table? Can I get one person to answer?
Water.
Water. What else? Napkins? Okay, give me some. Okay. Give me a bottle of water. What else is missing?
Plate.
What kind of plate?
Sausage, cookies.
All right, good. What else? A kettle. A kettle to make the water hot. How many of us, we go into the presence of God, but we have hate in us. We have unforgiveness in us. We have all sort of things. We're short. We're lacking. We are not fully in position. We're not fully in preparation. Esther was fully in preparation to meet the king. Question, make sure or ask yourself, am I in preparation to meet the king so that the king can say yes? Am I helping you?
Amen. Yes.
I got these batters here, beaters, or how you call it, because I know I have an accent, and some of you might know, Chief, that's not how you pronounce it. I have an accent, okay?
It's okay. Amen.
So don't try to correct me. Just understand what I'm saying.
Amen.
Okay, if you hold it this way, it can't be used for the purpose, right? You have to position it, right? Okay. Now, the question is, a lot of people might be wondering, why is Apostolic House of Miracles still going on when it should have been dead long time ago? Why? Can you tell me why? Yes, Elder?
The chief apostle teach us preparation and how to be ready to go before God.
All right. When you are able to prepare yourself to go into the holies of holies, you know how to ask for forgiveness. You know how to put yourself first on the table. You know how to repent. You know how to ask him to forgive you.
Yeah.
You know how to tell him to forgive you. You know just how to get his attention. You know, and you mean it with a broken heart.
Yes.
I say to us today, we have the victory.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
We will go forward.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Let me have the mic. Go to the ocean. Give me all to Jesus, I surrender, on a low key. Brother Lacey, because you spoke to the Lord, because you spoke to yourself, because you cried to yourself, because you have seen where you've been wrong, because you know you're wrong, because you admitted, because the Lord said to tell you your finances shall rise, it shall come out, because you're willing, because nobody heard you, but he heard you. I come to tell you that the Lord said to tell you he heard you, and you are not willing to let go and let God, and he's about to bless you. He's about to pour it out from the east, the west, the north, the south. I come to tell you, be encouraged, saith the Lord. Somebody worship. Somebody worship. He heard you. You're wondering if he heard you? He said to tell you that he heard you. Continue to seek his face. Because you're turning from your wicked ways. He said your land is being healed. Your land is being restored. Rejoice, rejoice, for soon you will see what the Lord has spoken. And remember, it gets worse before it gets better. Oh, na 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 mashi kore de Dios. Oh, na 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 mashi kore de Dios. Na 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 Dios. Kore de Dios. Kore de Dios. Kore de Dios. And then it said, who is it when the decree was made this morning concerning the $5,000? Who you sat down, you have calculated, you have had up, and you can't seem to come together with it. It's done, it is settled. Cast your burdens and your cares to the Lord. Leave it there. For it is for you. And as I speak to you, your blood is being healed right now. You're concerned about your health, but I hear the Spirit of the Lord said, the battle is his, and thou art healed. Somebody praise him. You trying to stretch it. You trying to make it work. Yes, you have tried, and the Lord is pleased. He'll never see his righteous forsaken, nor receive begging bread. Continue to do his command, and you shall live and not die. Whom the Lord love, he chases. Whom the Lord love, he chases. He wants you in his presence more. He wants you in his presence more. He's counting on you. The Lord said he's counting on you, and he needs you to be in his presence more. To be in his presence more. And you must do it. I need somebody to worship. Just worship the Lord with me. Raise me up a little bit with that music. Worship the Lord. Come on, worship. Worship the Lord. Worship. Worship the Lord with me. Worship. Come on. Worship the Lord with me. I surrender totally. I stretch my hands for total healing. For total healing in this room. If you believe, it's done. 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 Come on, lift up your spirit and surrender. Brother Derek, because he loves you. Because he loves you. He has preserved you. He has kept you. He is keeping you. And he will do a new thing with you, like he has done with Esther. You shall go to him and talk to him, and he shall answer you. He didn't keep you alive just to keep you alive. He keep you alive to be a testament. The Lord loves you. The Lord is with you. His divine favor is upon you. And he said, this is it. Somebody rejoice.
Hallelujah.
Somebody rejoice.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Just surrender totally.
Hallelujah.
Surrender totally.
Hallelujah.
Surrender.
Hallelujah.
Oh, to be my blessed Savior, I surrender all. Thank you, son. Stop it right there. Let's have a moment of silence. Hear what the Spirit of the Lord say to you. Lift up your voice and praise Him now.
Hallelujah.
Come on, praise Him.
Hallelujah.
Come on, worship Him.
Hallelujah.
Just worship Him, worship Him,
Hallelujah.
worship Him.
Hallelujah.
There's big blessings are in store for this house.
Hallelujah.
Mighty blessings are in store for this house. Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Lord. Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah, Lord. Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah, Lord. Hallelujah, Jesus.